News tonight. Igbo leaders meet Buhari on Thursday. Six modular refineries to commence operations, says federal government. Proposed return of toll gates generates controversy. Eagles lose 1-2 to Sao Paulo in friendly. Good evening and welcome to the news. I am Joma Oche. Southeast Governors Forum have resolved to meet with President Muhammadu Buhari on Thursday over the welfare of Ndibo. This was a major highlight of their meeting with other leaders from the region on Monday. The meeting was held at the Government House in Umuahia. Chairman of the forum and Governor of Ebonyi State, David Umahi, was in attendance to chair the meeting. Governor Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi of Enugu State and his Abia State counterpart, Okezi Ikpeazu, were also in attendance. Others in attendance include the Ohaneze Ndibo President, Nyanwodo, Senate Minority Leader, Enime Abaribe, former Enugu State Governor Jim Nwobodo, Senator Victor May, and other leaders of Igbo extraction. Speaking after the meeting, which lasted for about 4 hours, Mr. Umahi stated their resolve to meet with President Muhammadu Buhari on the welfare of Ndibo. A statement by Mr. Umahi's Special Assistant on Media, Francis Nweze, says that the governors said that the full details of their meeting will be made available after meeting with the President on Thursday. Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has displayed voters' register ahead of the November 16 governorship election in Bayelsa State. INEC, while disclosing this, said a total of 867,088 registered voters will cast their ballots during the governorship poll. The INEC National Commissioner in charge of Bayelsa, Edo and Rivers States, Mrs. May Abomuche Mbo, made the disclosure in Yenagoa, the state capital, during the official display and presentation of INEC voter register to the 45 political parties contesting the election in the state. Abomuche Mbo explained that the document revealed the number of registered voters in each polling unit, registration area, and local government areas. She said the exercise is to enable eligible voters to check their details and know the location of their polling unit. She also called on the political parties to submit the names of their party agents to the commission not later than 14 days before the election. The federal government was working on how to disengage over 200,000 beneficiaries of the government's social intervention program, (NPAR). The senior special assistant to President Muhammadu Buhari on social investment, Mariam Uwais, has confirmed this. She disclosed that the government was in talks with the finance ministry on the next plan for those to be disengaged. The federal government has said 6 modular refineries it licensed will soon commence operations in the country. This is in fulfillment of federal government's commitment to grow local content in the Niger Delta region. Senior Special Assistant to the President on the Niger Delta Affairs, Mr. Edobo Iyamu, said this at a dialogue on critically appraising mechanisms used to transfer benefits of resource extraction to the Niger Delta region in Uyo on Tuesday. Iyamu said Buhari is determined to ensure that the people of the Niger Delta benefit from the opportunities that accrue from oil exploration in their area. He enumerated that some of the policies set up by the government to encourage local content in the oil and gas sector to include strengthening the Local Content Act. The Amabona intersection, which links to Ariara Market and Ahihoro Market through Azikiwe Road in the past, experienced heavy flooding. This is as a result of blocked drainage. On recent visit by MCL News to the area, the reconstruction of the drainage channels was ongoing. Esther Ndugwe reports on the progress of the work in the area. The report.
In the past, Amabuna by Azikiwe and Okiwe Road experiences flooding after a heavy rain as a result of high volume of water. This is attributed to the blockade of drainage channels in the area. A visit to the area shows that work has commenced on the drainage channels. Respondents who spoke to MCL News narrated the challenges they face passing the area.
Goes on the now, the side and now was adding across the neighbor. They would like a 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, would up a watch like now on my road. No motor, my taking open a pass. It affects both the tricycle that we are using. Because when it affects the tricycle, it means that after your income, you spend some percentage of your income in repairing damages caused by the bad roads. I know why not both in the bus, both in the joko, both in the lava kick, because I want to marry lava kick and get a price because of the situation of the things. Both are the game man. About 2 days, 3 days, I got a raw mechanic. And you make mistake when you're rebate, so I give you from your time when 100 naira. You only got they happy. Okay, feel I'm the weekend, but the situation of things. And why not tired too much?
The site contractor who spoke to MCL News expressed optimism in view of the level of work done. He stated that the construction work will end in 2 months, urging the commuters and residents to be patient with them.
Because this is a very important road. It's a very good road because we have a lot of traffic here. And as a result of this road construction, we had to divert the road to another road. But we are working tirelessly to fix this road in the next 2 months. Yes, we are going to do rigid pavement. That's a concrete base road here. We'll put our concrete base, then we'll put asphalt on top. So that is even the reason why it will take 2 months to complete it. If not, in a month's time we can finish this work. In fact, we have been meeting them every now and then, begging them to be patient. Especially these people doing blogs and these people doing business here. We have been meeting them almost on a daily basis to plead with them that it's a matter of time. And we are working, we have all our materials on ground. The only thing is we are working in phases, that is why.
Flooding on roads remain a major challenge, resulting in the constant failure of roads in the city. Drainage channels serve to convey flood water away from road infrastructure, allowing it to last longer. Esther Ndugwe, MCL News.
The Anambra government on Tuesday said it would dismiss any officer of the Anambra Traffic Management Agency, ATMA, who extorts motorists. The Commissioner for Transportation, Dr. Christian Madubuko, said this during a 2020 budget defense before the State House of Assembly Committee on Transportation in Awka. Madubuko said that such disciplinary action will sanitize the agency, block revenue leakages, and serve as deterrent. He said the major mandate of ATMA officials is to monitor and ensure free flow of traffic, to reduce travel time within the state, and not to harass or extort motorists. Madubuko urged residents and motorists to report erring officials to the agency for further investigation and possible disciplinary actions. More than 10 years after toll gates on highways were removed, the federal government on 2nd October announced plans to return them. The proposal continues to generate strong reactions across the country. MCL News samples opinion of other residents on the proposal. Ruth Ohams reports.
The Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, unveiled the plan to return toll gates on federal roads to newsmen after a meeting of the Federal Executive Council on 2nd October 2019 in Abuja. The proposal has generated strong debates among Nigerians. The overriding arguments have been that the priority of the government should be construction and maintenance of federal roads and not establishing of toll gates.
The federal government of this country should concern itself on how to maintain and rehabilitate our federal highways. Because we've had situations in this country in the past when we had the toll gate system. We knew the challenges that bedeviled this nation. Now they want to return the toll gate system, wherein the state of our roads are nothing to write home about.
If it is for the purpose of the welfare of the people, good. Because the money being used for the road is being sourced both internal and external. If now we build roads and ask for toll gates to recoup that particular investment, and you stop at that, that will be fine.
I'm not saying anything bad about it, in as much as it's going to curtail this issue of, insurgency, movement of people, especially unauthorized people, carry, movement of arms and other things, illegally into different parts of the country.
It's a good idea on one condition, that the roads should be motorable.
An issue raised by some respondents is the number of toll gates commended for southeastern federal roads. According to the statistics of designated toll gate points across the country, Southeast has 56 toll gates, South-South 21 toll gates, North-Central 14 toll gates, Northeast 9 toll gates.
It's lopsided against the Southeast. I think about over 60% of them are concentrated in the Southeast, and that's not fair because much as it's necessary, much as it is helpful, it also has its negative impact on the movement of goods and services, of human traffic. It does have its negative aspect, and you're not going to allow that negative aspect to impact mostly, unfairly on one geopolitical zone. It should be equally distributed.
I am very conscious of the fact that I'm on air. It's a message we are sending out there. They should fix the state of our road, and at the end of the day, before you talk about toll gate, in advanced countries where we have toll gates, the roads are in good motorable condition. So they should not come and add salt to injury.
Justice is for all. So when this toll gate is going to start, let it to every geopolitical zone in the country.
The administration of former President Olusegun Obasanjo had in 2004 removed toll gates from federal roads across the country. Other residents have appealed to the federal government to maintain federal roads before establishing toll gates. Ruth Ohams, MCL News.
Still to come on the news. Ministry wage. Organized labor insists on mobilization for strike. Human Rights Commission set to investigate cases of sexual violence. Senate speaks on production sharing contract bill. Constituency projects come. Court orders interim forfeiture of 116 million naira. Eaglets lose 1-2 to Sao Paulo in friendly. Details after the break. Stay tuned.
Gone too soon, with deep sense of sorrow but with total submission to the will of God Almighty, we the family of Ezenwa promise announce the sudden death of our beloved wife, mother, daughter and sister, late Mrs. Antonia Chinyere Ezenwa, whose death occurred on August 6, 2019 after a brief illness. She was aged 47. Burial arrangement, Friday 18th October 2019, 8 a.m., Bobby to St. Francis Mortuary, Aba, to her husband's compound, Umumbo Umweme People West, Autonomous Community Owaza, Okwa West, Abia State. 9 a.m. Funeral service by Chapel of Answers International, Aba. 11 a.m. Interment follows thereafter. May her gentle soul rest in perfect peace. Amen. Signed, honor the promise as a one.
Shake her hand. She's waiting now.
Do not deface Abia State with posters. Do not defecate on our streets. Do not litter Abia State.
My brothers, I say what the man will do for this world where people no go talk. If you talk,
Do not urinate in public places.
you no talk, they go talk. What do you do for this world? I say, make we go do the things where we carry for heart. Now so one time. I be not been so.
Keep Abia State clean. This message is brought to you by MCLtv. Welcome back, and we now go to our Omaha studios where Nchekachi Chukwaja is standing by for more stories. Nchekachi, good evening.
Good evening and welcome to Omaha. I am Nora Okafor. The high incidences of rape, especially of minors of both sexes, have become worrisome. More worrisome is the fact that the men is no institution, ethnicity, religion or social status, as some rap corporates are known to have come from these spheres. In Nigeria, most cases of rape are not reported, while rape victims who dare to speak up are stigmatized against and left to live with the trauma. It is for this reason that members of the society have been urged to shift attention from stigmatization of rape victims to exposing and prosecuting rapists. This call was made by legal practitioner Mike Ndo while featuring an MCL broadcast program. Good morning, Abia. Nchekachi Chukwaja reports.
At the age of 2013 survey by Positive Action for Treatment Access suggests that over 31.4% of girls had their first sexual encounter through rape or forced sex of some kind. On its own, the United Nations International Children Fund reported in 2015 that 1 in 4 girls and 1 in 10 boys in Nigeria had experienced sexual violence before the age of 18. One of the most challenging issues about rape is the fact that victims are often afraid to speak up due to threats, and when they do, they face stigmatization from members of the society. This is why a legal practitioner based in Umuahia, Mike Ndo, calls for more action against the perpetrators of this heinous crime.
Civil society organizations and some other individuals who are also interested in ensuring that these girls are not being stigmatized should try and sensitize the society, conscientize them to understand that it wasn't ordinarily the fault of the girl child. that is done, we will be able to see them as people we should protect instead of the rams running away from them. We should learn to expose them. But my word is that once you do that, people will really start looking at the girls to be worse than those who are even worse than them. So that is the area of our lives and attitude towards them that we should at least re-examine, and if possible, we change it or wipe it out. Let us encourage every girl that has been so violated to come out, and let men also, who incidentally will have the urge to have them married, should not consider that as a barrier.
Udu also stated that relatives who are attracted to and rape younger members of their family are mentally unstable and require medical and clinical help. On the way forward, the legal practitioner advised parents to befriend their children and pay attention to their needs rather than chasing after their careers.
Parents should remember that the foundation of their existence, those who will continue from them, are the children. Because you cannot count yourself a successful man or woman without a successor. So these are children are going to be your successors. So why not invest more in them than investing outside them? If incidentally you are focusing on making money, some other persons will train their children for you. And when they do, you are sure to lose those kids.
It is the view of many that the existing laws in the country should be strengthened as the fight against rape and other forms of sexual abuse persist in Nigeria. Also, victims should be encouraged to brace up and face life with the understanding that they can lead successful lives. Uchetachi Chukwaja, MCL News.
The Abia State House of Assembly has called for the termination of the appointment of the IT firm handling payments of salaries in Abia Northern Business Services. It also ordered for an investigation to bring an end to excessive deductions of salaries of civil servants in the state. This followed an issue of urgent public importance raised by the majority leader of the House, Solomon Apollono, representing Obiwa East State Constituency. The report.
The House Majority Leader, who bemoaned the processes of payment of staff salaries in Abia State, found that the deductions made before workers' salaries are paid to them. Apollono noted that Lloyd's Business Services, which is responsible for processing salaries, Apollono reviewed that Lloyd's Business Services, which is responsible for processing salaries of civil servants in the state, do not pay tax nor have an office in Abia, hence cannot be allowed to be in charge of salaries of Abia workers. He explained that the deductions of the salaries emanate from the banks as well as the contract company. The majority leader called on the House Committee on Finance to investigate the 4 years of Lloyd's Business Services in Abia and report back to the House. He prayed that Lloyd's Business Services and the businesses of payment of salaries in the state be suspended. To suspend the IT firm's operation in the state was thrown open to the House for considerations.
Speaker of the House, Chinedu Oji, in response, said the House will not hesitate to call for the termination of the appointments of anybody or company who dares to tamper with salaries of workers, especially its payments before month end. He condemned that salaries are prepared in Enugu and paid to workers in the state, noting that these will no longer be tolerated no matter whose cause is God. University Teaching Hospitals Management Board Bill 2019, sponsored by Chukwu Chijoke, passed its first reading. Nora Ukafo, MCL News.
The Senate has asked the federal government to declare a state of emergency on federal roads across the country. Lawmakers in the Senate made a request during today's plenary. This followed a motion raised by Senator Bishop Bassett from Cross River State, who declared a deplorable state of federal roads across the country. Senator Bassett also informed the Senate that the Petroleum Products Price Regulatory Agency has failed to remit the 5% user charge of fuel pump price to the Federal Roads Maintenance Agency as stipulated in the Act for the Rehabilitation of Federal Roads. In its resolution, the Senate ordered its committees on petroleum and Federal Road Maintenance Agency to investigate the alleged non-remittance of funds by Petroleum Products Price Regulatory Agency for the rehabilitation of federal roads in Nigeria. The chairman, governing board of the Federal Road Maintenance Agency, Tunde Lemo, has said that Nigeria loses about 1 trillion naira annually due to loss in man-hour as a result of bad roads and traffic delay. Lemo discloses at the end of stakeholders meeting held at the International Conference Center in Abuja with the theme Road Maintenance and Reforms, Legal and Institutional Framework. Lemo says that if the budget cannot achieve those because of other conflicting needs, it is imperative that the development and management of the road sector be funded from alternative sources. He said effective roads can be guaranteed through a careful blend of many factors, which include requisite capacity, capabilities, governance, accountability and control political influences, as well as sound fiscal and funding policies. Lemo explained that the explained factors are critical to the optimal management of national road network for most effective impact on socio-economic growth of the nation. On the following scene, the death toll in the worst typhoon to hit Japan in decades has climbed to 74 as the rescuers slogged through mud and debris in an increasingly green search for the missing. Thousands of homes remained without power or water on Tuesday as some children returned to schools following a public holiday. Reports say that 74 people were known to have died after Typhoon Hagibis swept across central and eastern Japan. Some 15 people remain missing while more than 200 were injured in the storm, whose name means speed in the Tagalog language. About 138,000 households were without water, while 24,000 had no electricity, well down on the hundreds of thousands who were initially left without power. There are calls for concern in northern areas where temperatures are forecast to fall. The highest toll was in Fukushima Prefecture north of Tokyo, a large agricultural area where the Abukuma River brought its banks in at least 14 places. That's it from my eyes. Back to you, Jonah Oje, for the rest of the news. Nora Okafor.
Thanks very much, Nora Okafor. And now sports. Five-time world champions Golden Eaglet of Nigeria lost 1-2 to Sao Paulo on the 17th side in a friendly game played at the Sorocaba Sports Complex in the city of Sao Paulo, Brazil. We report. The Nigerian boys approached the game with confidence and were in control at the opening minutes of the game. Sao Paulo FC scored first through Danilo Silva. The Eaglets made it 1-1 through a penalty which was converted by Olusegun. The Eaglets continued piling pressure to break the defense of the Sao Paulo for a second time, but the goalkeeper came severely to the rescue of the Brazilians. As time ticked away, Sao Paulo's attackers pounced on a loose ball from the midfield, launched a counter-attack, and a cross from the left side of the midfield was neatly jabbed into the net by Enrique Santos in the 85th minute. The league management company LMC has now picked November 3 as a new kickoff date for the 2019-2020 Nigeria Professional Football League season. The new date is backed by the conduct of the draw for the competition held in Abuja. The draw was supervised by the LMC chairman Shehu Diko and the company's chief operating officer Salisu Abubakar. According to the LMC, the league will revert to its original format of the 20-club size represented in a single Nigeria Professional Football League log. During the course of the season, which will run from November to May, each club will play in a double round-robin system. They will face each other once at their home stadium and once at that of each of their opponents for 38 games each. Super Eagles head coach Gennaro has admitted that Joe Arebo has made the team stronger. The Rangers midfielder was impressive in last Sunday's 1-1 friendly draw against Brazil. Arebo scored Nigeria's only goal of the game, his second in 2 appearances for the Super Eagles. The former Charlton Athletic player will look to make his home debut when the Super Eagles host neighbors Benin Republic in a 2021 AFCON qualifier next month. Former WBA International Light Heavyweight Boxing Champion Peter Obo has tasked former World Heavyweight Boxing Champion Anthony Joshua to ensure he beats up Andy Ruiz in their return match in December in order to regain his manager's confidence. Reacting to a statement credited to Joshua's manager, Mr. Edwin Hearn, that win or lose in his December 7th clash against Andy Ruiz, Anthony Joshua will most likely face Tyson Fury next. Obo said the statement shows how uncertain Hearns had become of his word's ability. He said Hearn's statement shows a manager who has lost confidence in his word. Obo remarks that any wise promoter that wishes to remain at the top does not get emotionally attached to any particular boxer. Rather, he is attached to their performances, which is winning. This is your MA News, but before we leave, a second look at the major stories. Southeast Governors Forum have resolved to meet with President Muhammadu Buhari on Thursday over the welfare of Ndibo. The federal government has said 6 modular refineries it licensed will soon commence operations in the country. 5-time world champions Golden Eaglets of Nigeria lost 1-2 to Sao Paulo on the 17th side in a friendly game played at the Sorocaba Sports Complex in the city of Sao Paulo, Brazil. That was the news, and thanks for watching. I am Jonah Oje. Akoko follows after now. Stay tuned and good night.
MCLtv.
N'akụkọ anyị nke abalị taa, ndị ndu ala Igbo ga-enwe nzukọ ha na Buhari n'ụbọchị Tọzdee. Ọchịchọ nke iweghachi toll-gate akpaliela ọtụtụ arụmụka. Maka egwuregwu, ndị otu egwu Sao Paulo ewerela ọkpụ abụọ asatara otu merie ndị otu egwu Eagles nke ala Naịjirịa na-erubeghị afọ 17. Igbo ndị ọma, obi ụtọ ka m ji anabata unu n'akụkọ anyị nke abalị taa bụ Tuzdee, ahịa Eke, abalị 15 nke ọnwa 10 n'afọ abụọ 2019. Onye ji akụkọ nke abalị a bụ Nkechi Ụrọma. Ngwagerenụ akụkọ anyị n'uju ya. Otu jikọtara ndị gọvanọ sitere mpaghara South East ekpebiela inwe nzukọ ha na onyeisiala bụ Muhammadu Buhari n'ụbọchị Tọzdee banyere ihe gbasara ọdịmma nke ndị Igbo. Nke a bụrụ isiokwu ha lebara anya na ya n'ọgbakọ ha na ndị ndu ndị ọzọ sitere mpaghara South East a nwere n'ụbọchị Mọnde. Nnọkọ a were ọnọdụ n'isi ụlọ ọrụ gọọmenti dị na Enugu. Onye isi oche nke otu a na onye gọvanọ nke steeti Ebonyi bụ David Umahi nọrọ n'isi oche nke ọgbakọ a. Gọvanọ Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi nke steeti Enugu na onye ogbo ya nke steeti Abịa bụ Okezie Ikpeazụ bịakwara n'ọgbakọ a. Ndị ọzọ bịara n'ọgbakọ a gụnyere onye isi oche nke ọhaneze ndị Igbo bụ nwunye ya Nwodo, onye ndu ndị dị nta n'ọnụọgụgụ nke ụlọ nzukọ omeiwu ala anyị bụ omeiwu Enyinna Agbarigwe, onye bụrụ gọvanọ steeti Enugu bụ Jim Nwobodo, omeiwu Victor Ume, tinyere ndị ndu ndị Igbo ndị ọzọ. N'okwu ya ka e nwesịrị ọgbakọ a were ihe ruru awa 4, Maazị Umahi mere ka a mara mkpebi ha inwe nzukọ ha na onyeisiala bụ Muhammadu Buhari na ihe banyere ọdịmma nke ndị Igbo. N'ozi sitere n'onye ndụmọdụ pụrụ iche nke gọvanọ bụ Maazị Umahi n'ihe gbasara mgbasa ozi bụ Francis Nweze, o kwuru sị na ndị gọvanọ mere ka a mara na a ga-eme ka mata ihe niile banyere nnọkọ ha n'ozuzu oge ha nwesịrị nnọkọ ha na onyeisiala n'ụbọchị Tọzdee. Ụlọ ọrụ kọmishọn na-ahụ maka ime ntụliaka bụ INEC na mkpirisi bekee ewepụtala akwụkwọ eji edebanye aha ndị ga-eme ntụliaka banyere ntụliaka eji ahọpụta onye ga-abụ gọvanọ steeti Bayelsa a ga-eme n'abalị 16 nke ọnwa 11 na-abịanụ. Ụlọ ọrụ kọmishọn ụlọ ọrụ INEC ka ha na-ewepụta nke a kwuru sị na ọnụọgụgụ nke 867,188 nke ndị debanyere aha maka ntụliaka ga-abịanye aka n'oge ntụliaka onye gọvanọ. Onye kọmishọna nke ụlọ ọrụ kọmishọna na-ahụ maka steeti Bayelsa, Edo na Rivers bụ Odoziakụ May Agbamuchimbo mere ka amata nke a n'isi obodo ọchịchị nke steeti Bayelsa bụ Yenagoa n'oge mwepụta na nnyefe nke akwụkwọ eji debanye aha ndị ga-eme ntụliaka nke ụlọ ọrụ INEC nye otu pati 45 na-adọ ndọrọndọrọ ọchịchị na steeti ahụ. Agbamuchimbo nyere nkọwa na akwụkwọ a na-eme ka a mara ọnụọgụgụ nke ndị debanyere aha ha maka ntụliaka n'oge ntụliaka ọbụla, ebe ha debanyere aha ya na ọchịchị ime obodo ha. O kwụsị na ihe omume a bụ maka iji mee ka ndị niile tozuru oke maka ntụliaka leba anya n'ihe banyere ha edere ya na ịmata ebe ndị ha ga-eme ntụliaka. Ọ gakwara n'ihu kpọkuo otu pati dịgasị iche iche ka ha webata aha ndị ozi nke otu pati ha n'ụlọ ọrụ kọmishọn a ebe ọ dịla mkpụrụ ụbọchị 14 tutu ụbọchị ntụliaka. kemgbe ihe karịrị afọ 10 ewepụsịrị ebe a na-ana ndị ọkwọ ụgbọala ụtụ n'okporo ụzọ awara awara akpọrọ toll